No big deal. Just 50,000 fans and zero mass last weekend. Having capped COVID cases with extreme lockdowns, this is New Zealand's reward. And you know what, Canada? Well, not quite halfway, but we are well on our way.
Having everybody getting the vaccine, that is a massive step towards returning to a more normal life.
With at least 10 million shots arriving in Canada over the next month, even more in June, when everybody should have been able to get that first dose, Canadians can now do some post-pandemic dreaming. Maybe even travel. EU nations will allow fully immunized Americans to visit this summer. And the European Commission tells us Canadians may soon be eligible too. The British, meanwhile, about 2 months ahead of Canada in vaccinations, are already relaxing restrictions.
It's been absolutely amazing, isn't it? We've all had a great time. It's been lovely.
Over in Denmark, want to eat inside? No prob. An app on your phone shows proof of the shot or of a recent negative test. Oh, and show business is betting it'll be back to business. Alanis Morissette planning to tour again, starting in Toronto in July, and both Dua Lipa and Elton John in the UK in September. But the real craving may just be this.
So good to see you.
Australia and New Zealand reopening their border with COVID well in control. There is indeed hope on the horizon that this is coming to Canada. David Coleman, CBC News, Toronto.
Lemonade pays claims in a couple of taps. So if you're...
All right. Shalom. First and foremost, we'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. We try the true names of the Heavenly Father and of His Son, who the world ignorantly calls Christ, who is a so-called black man. All right, as you can see, we got a full room. We got a full room today. You brothers want to introduce yourselves.
Khan, it's your brother Quataz Bilal, Sakari, Baltimore. Shalom, shalom.
God, I'm Osmawath from Sakari, Dallas. Shalom.
My brother Mashagabi, Sakari, Philly. Shalom.
That's right. So, I got a company of brothers from different states on, to do this lesson. All right, I want to say peace and blessings to all the sincere Akim out there that's pushing the truth and sincerity. And as you can see from the YouTube video, which was from CBS News, you can see that the world, quote unquote, is going back to normal, so-called. As you can see from the title of the video, life is returning to normal in parts of the post-COVID world. Also, you see that over here in America as well. As we're looking at these basketball games, it's a packed stadium, and I didn't even peep until I heard fans cheering, because I'd be tuning into some basketball highlights from time to time, and I noticed that there were fans there in the arena. I'm talking about packed too. All right, you go to the gym, there's people literally walking in the gym with no mask on, none whatsoever, and nobody is saying anything about it. Usually you have your mask hanging down from your nose or your mouth, or if you don't have it on, period, people come around and like, yo, mask, and different things like that. But people's not even doing that anymore because life is returning to so-called normal. But we know that we're not supposed to be getting caught up in that, pursuant to the prophecies. Right? You brothers got anything y'all want to say or add?
Khan, yeah, I just got just one comment, right? And the very fact that they're saying that things are going back to normal, once again, this is the serpent in his beguiling way, if you will, to basically assuage the masses, because just a normal glance at the definition of normal, if you don't mind, bro, if you could pull up the online etymology dictionary, or because the fact that, you know, in order for you to return, you know, to these basketball games, these venues, you know, weddings, you know, all that, you know, in full capacity, you know, without a mask, you know, that's not normal, because what did you have to do in order to do that? You had to take a jab, you know, so that's not normal, because in times past when things were so-called normal, you didn't have to take a jab in order to go into these venues, you know. So if you can go to where it says yeah, right there after norm in the red, it says conforming to common standards, right? Conforming to, and this is the world conforming to the image of the beast, right? So when they're saying things are going back to normal, no, it's you conforming to their standards. It says or establish order, right? Order out of chaos, right? So once again, you know, this devil, he's using these terms like normalcy, you know, vaccinating, Salakia, jabbing up the herd. You know, these are just the ways of how he basically, you know, seduces these nations with his wine. You know, so he really, when he's saying things are getting back to normal, he's just establishing order.
That's right. That's right. Exactly, bro. Esau, which ultimately is the doing of the Heavenly Father, because we know, pursuing the Proverbs 21:1, the king's heart is in the hand of the Heavenly Father. He's setting you people up for the kill, man. He set all you people up for the kill, and a lot of you are going to be swayed by this, and a lot of you people that are so-called in the truth, right? All you people that so-called in the truth, you're going to be enticed to go back into the world. So this video is really to admonish the hopeful elect, man, and to condemn all you people that's going to go back into the world, because a lot of you guys are going to be enticed by this, right? You're going to say that the Lord is delaying his coming, and then you're going to go back into the world, right? You're going to have so-called friends hitting you up like, see, I told you, might as well come out to the beach with us. But you know, ain't nothing wrong with going to the beach, but your mind still got to be dwelling on these prophecies, like Psalms the 1st chapter say, and Sirach the 39th chapter say. Your mind still got to be engulfed in this world, because us, we do certain things. We got women, all right. We may go to the mall, different things like that. But truth be told, when I'm out there in the world, I still be thinking upon these scriptures. I still be meditating upon these scriptures, man. When I was this video was what got inspired by me to do was from me in the gym working out. So I'm out in the world, I'm working out, and I'm peeping things through the spirit. And I was like, yo, man, this is just a perfect video topic to do. So that's how your mind got to be. Your mind always got to be constantly in its word. If not, you're going to be overthrown. Right. So, hey, one of y'all give me first. Whoever can give me first. Thessalonians 5. We're gonna start verse 1.
Con, I got you. Book of 1 Thessalonians chapter 5. We're gonna start at verse 1.
Con.
Verse 1. But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you.
Yeah, right. So Paul says that ye have no need that I write unto you. Why is that? Because this church, okay, which Paul isn't writing to every single Israelite. Okay, he's the church of Thessalonians. I can never pronounce this church name right, but Thessalonica it is.
Thessalonica.
Yeah, these brothers and sisters, because you already know you had some sisters back there. These brothers was of the hopeful elect, and these sisters was of the 1/3. All right, so Paul wasn't even talking to every single Israelite that was in that region of Asia Minor anyway. He was dealing with the hopeful elect. That's why he said, man, you have no need that I write unto you. That's like me telling a brother, like, hey, man, you already know I ain't gotta say this to you, because you already know. But go ahead.
Con, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night.
Exactly. The day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. And who's that Lord? Yahushua. Yahushua is coming in as that thief, because you never know when a thief is coming to rob your house. That's why pursuing the Matthew 24th chapter, which I got on deck, he says to do what? To watch, to pray as well as watch, because you don't never know when the thief is coming. And by the look at this, you would never lay the heart when the thief is coming, because shit just looks so good right now, bro.
Right.
And all you people is going to be overtaken in this, bro. Like, it is looking too good out here. Like, it's just like, this shit is so crazy, bro. Like, how the Lord is just setting all you people up for the kill. And you people don't even lay this to heart. Oh yeah, see, and what were these Israelites talking about? You know, it was going, everything was going to go back to being locked down. Chip, World War III. Man, these guys ain't know what the hell they was. Or maybe you got guys in the truth like, see, I told them niggas that we had 30 or 50 more years.
Con. It's gonna be a lot of people in the truth speaking like that.
Yeah,
you know, because it's a lot of people in the truth that when it comes down to it, they love America.
Right.
You know, they talk a great game, you know, when it comes to the truth, but when it comes down to it, they're not trying to leave.
Yeah, right. I was trying to hold this, but man, I gotta bring it out. This is 1 Corinthians 7, and I'm gonna start at verse 30. It says, "And they that weep as though they wept not, and they that rejoice as though they rejoice not, and they that buy as though they possess not, and they that use this world and not abusing it. For the fashion of this world passeth away." And this is us. We actually use this world. We get what we can gain out of this world, but we don't abuse it. Which, let's go into the word for abuse in the Greek. Which a lot of you guys you're gonna be abusing this world, man. All right, going to the word for abuse. It says to use much or excessively, to use up, consumed by use. So you people are going to be excessively using this world. Your mind is not going to be out of this world. You're not going to know how to turn off the switch. Look at this. To use fully. To use fully. So you're fully going to be engulfed in this world. You're not even going to lay the heart, all right, I should read or do a lesson, right? You out there on the highways and byways, you're going to continually be looking at your phone saying like, damn, man, I just want to get the hell up. I want to get the hell up out of here. Communication and dwelling together in unity with brethren, that's going to be shortened because you out goddamn skydiving with women and whatnot. So that's going to be all you people, man. Let me try to get in the NOT. See what it say. I know the NOT got some heat. Yeah. All right. It says, those who use the things of this world should not become attached to them. For this world as we know it will soon pass away. And I believe that Greek word should be eon for world. Well, it says cosmos.
Can I add something up?
You can't hold on, bro. Okay. So you see that? So it says, those who use the things of this world should not become attached to them. So you got to withdraw your spirit from this world. And that includes your so-called friends and your so-called family members as well. You got to detach yourself from them, because if not, man, you gonna let them have rule over your spirit. You gonna let them draw you away from your Bashim Yahushai, and then that's gonna be to your destruction. But yeah, bro, you got it.
So yeah, man, and that ties in perfectly, with like Hebrews 11 when it goes into how basically our forefathers, who all died in the faith, they counted themselves as being pilgrims and strangers in the earth. Right. Well, if you're attaching yourself to anything or anyone, here in this world, you're no longer being a pilgrim, because pilgrims, they move, they live a lifestyle, basically like 1 Corinthians 7 says, using things of this world, but not abusing it, not basically becoming attached to it, I like to get precept too in 2nd Ezra 16 and in the GNT, because it ties along perfectly with it, man.
Yeah, come on. Let me pull it up on the screen. That's a good precept too.
All right. And
it's like verse what, like 40?
Starting at 40.
Come on, bro. All these ads popping up.
Yeah, for real.
None but the devil.
Yep. And it says, listen. Oh yeah, okay. Listen to my message, my people, and get ready for the battle. And what's the Lord's message? These prophecies, right? And these prophecies, like the Akim we were just discussing before we had got on. You know, if you keep your head, you know, in these prophecies, you're going to be constantly on the guard. You know, and this is who the Lord is looking for, you know, to basically impart salvation unto those men who's found watching, you know. Well, I just keep reading. He says, when the disasters come, you must live as people whose home is not in this world, right? And that's the exact definition of being a pilgrim, right? That's how Abraham lived, you know. That's how all the great men of faith lived. They didn't, you know, just use these things of the world and just invested in this place, you know, having a 401k, you know, or putting into the stock market, expecting to, you know, get a great gain 40 years later on down the road. You know, he says merchants must not expect to make a profit from what they sell. They must be ready to run for their lives. Their customers must expect to lose whatever they buy. And this is the spirit that the sincere hearted will be in. We're expected to lose everything, because Yahweh Shah already told us what our reward is going to be. Peter asked him, actually Yahweh Shah, that in Matthew chapter 19, he says, listen, we forsaken lands, you know, fathers, mothers, brethren, you know, wives, for your name's sake. So he says, what's going to be, you know, basically our reward? And Yahweh Shah explained it to him, you know, I'm going to give you the kingdom. You're going to be judging, you know, the tribes, you know, on 12 thrones. You know, he says, verse 43, farmers should not expect to harvest their crops. And it says, where is it at? Yeah, farmers should not expect to harvest their crops or pick their grapes. Those who marry must not expect to have children. And those who don't marry must live as if they have been widowed. Anything that is done, and this key point, anything that is done will be useless. You know, so you going over there, you know, to try to go to Harvard University to try to be a lawyer, you know, 10 years down the line. Guess what? The Lord's word said it's useless in these days of battle. And anybody who has eyes to see and ears to hear, you know, and we're speaking of, you know, like Paul has said, First Thessalonians chapter 5, this is concerning the brethren. You know, we know the times and the seasons. So the brethren who knows the times and the seasons, we know that all these things right now is useless. We're in the greatest position right now, you know, which is in the position of prophesying.
That's right. Yeah, hey, yes, man. Beautiful precept and points. Like for instance, right now, currently, I'm in school. I'm in school for carpentry right now. But guess what? You think my mind is, hey, listen, this one school came in. I mean, not this one school. This one employer had came in MCS last weekend. You know, they was talking about, you know, advancing in their company and making $40 to $50 an hour and blah blah blah. And I'm just like, oh yeah, whatever, nigga. I'm just like, man, I'm like, man, I'm worried about getting the hell up out of here.
Yeah.
You feel me? And I was talking to this one brother in the class, and I was like, yeah, bro, like, I was like, yeah, bro, like, man. If I can make just 20 something, I'm good. He's like, man, this nigga talking about something. He trying to hit a mill. He's almost making up to like $70 an hour, and I'm just like, hey, man. I was just like, oh, okay, yeah, good. I was like, yeah, bro, you can do it. Just capping his head up, but in my mind, I'm just like, bro, this place about to be destroyed, man.
God.
Ain't no making $70 an hour, bro. Ain't you know, you ain't making no six figures, bro. This place about to get ready to be destroyed.
God. But yeah, and if I can add, you know, we were talking about, you know, the fact that it's a lot of people that's inside of the truth, you know, that's falling into this category,
right?
You know, Can you pull Zephaniah 1 and 12?
That's it. Yeah.
God. Book of Zephaniah 1 and 12 says, and it shall come to pass at that time that I will search Jerusalem with candles and punish the men that are settled on their lees, that say in their heart, the Lord will not do good, neither will he do evil.
God, I mean, this is just pretty straightforward. It's certain of our people that are settled on their lees. They're just, they're lackadaisical. It's brothers in the truth that's like, I'm in the truth, I'm an Israelite, so forth and so on. But the Most High is not coming and he's going to destroy Babylon. We're going to be living here afterwards. People talking crazy madness like America's the promised land, all this different stuff. And these brothers and sisters are they're not paying attention. They're not, especially it's the brothers' responsibilities, but they're not keeping watch. Like Sirach 39, talks about us doing. So, these brothers going to end up getting caught up because, as you can see, the Most High said he's searching Jerusalem, with that candle. And if you sitting there and you relaxing, you set on your leaves, you're going to get caught up.
God. It's so funny, bro, that candle is actually dealing with men, the men of the Heavenly Father. In the church out. It's Proverbs 20 and 27. The spirit of man is the candle of the Lord, searching
great point.
Parts of the belly. So who do you think the Lord is going to use to search out Jerusalem? All you guys that are so-called in truth, his men. All right, because we be making certain things, we be making certain statements in the spirit that be cutting a lot of you guys to heart. Now, we may not know specifically who the individual is, 9 times out of 10, me personally, I be having my suspicions just based how certain Akim move and what Akim may say about a person. But 9 times out of 10, we don't even be knowing who we're even talking about until the Lord sheds that light on that person. We just be making certain things in the state in the spirit, and you may see a brother face get disgruntled, or brother may start hating on you or be distant from you. Well, guess what? That you said something through the spirit that he was doing that cut his ass. So that's that candle. That candle is dealing with men, the prophets of the Heavenly Father. We just be saying certain things in the spirit, and you guys be getting exposed, man. So hey, look, I will not be surprised after this lesson. A lot of people are going to be feeling some type of way.
Con. Hey, can you Salakia? Can you pull 2 Peter 3 and 2?
Right. 2 Peter 3.
Because a lot of these brothers, when that happens, this is what they turn into. Con
2 Peter 3 and 2. It says that ye may be mindful of the words which were spoken before by the holy prophets, and of the commandment of us, the apostles of the Lord and Savior. It says, knowing this first, that there shall come in the last day scoffers walking after their own lusts.
Most of these brothers, they turn into scoffers, and it's because they're walking after their own lust. Their own lust could be the riches of this particular world.
Yep.
The big house that they're getting ready to get, and they're like, I'm not about to sacrifice this big house to go out and teach and do all these different type of things. I know I just got cut through the spirit, but I'm not gonna make no change because, like we just read before, when is it coming? So keep going.
Right.
Verse 4.
And saying, where is the promise of his coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of the creation.
Right. And these brothers, are going to continue to keep doing what they're doing. Their mind is on this world, and our mind is not. We're looking for the kingdom.
Right.
And these brothers are trying to they're essentially is trying to conform, you know, to this particular way of life, and they really don't have no faith. They don't believe that that these prophecies are going to come to pass. And we already know, he said, all the faithless are going to die in their unfaithfulness. You know, we already know that.
Come on, bro. That's right.
I got a precept up.
Come on, yep.
And just kind of laying backing off what the War Dog is going into, man. Hey, just because, and once again, we're really speaking to the circumcised, you know, the people who know that they're in this truth. Because Psalm 23 verse 2 says, you know, it likens the truth as unto waters. It says that he leadeth me down beside the still waters. As a matter of fact, can you pull up Judges chapter 7? And you can start at like verse 4, right? Because, you know, with us, you know, the circumcised, now we came back into our heritage, knowing that we Israelites, you know, knowing what's required of us in order to partake of this salvation, if it's the Lord's will. Just because you're drinking of this water, that doesn't mean that the Lord is going to allow you, you know, to basically continue to fight in this battle, or to be those elect men, you know, in that ruling class government, right? So yeah, I started verse 4, and it says, "And the Lord said unto Gideon, the people are yet too many." And Gideon's name, you know, in the Hebrew, it translates to hewer. You know, you read Matthew chapter 3, you know, Yahweh Shah said, behold, the axe is laid to the root, you know, the trees, paraphrasing, you know, basically going into how he's going to be hewing out those undesirables, you know, who the Heavenly Father has not planted, right? So he says, "And the Lord said unto Gideon, the people are yet too many." And that's what the Lord is saying right now, right? Because best believe that everybody is in this truth. The Lord is saying, you know, it's too many people. This isn't the number. This isn't the grape of that cluster. You know, it's too many grapes that still have wild thorns growing on the side of them. He says, "Bring them down into the water." So he brought us down to the truth. He says, "And I will try them." And where's the Lord trying us at? In this truth, right? In these waters. He says, "I will try them for thee there, and it shall be that of whom I say unto thee, this shall go with thee." And this is the differentiation, right? Those the people, their response on how they treat this truth, how they drink this water, how they partake into this truth. Here it is right here. He says, "This shall go with thee, the same shall go with thee, and of whomsoever I say unto thee, this shall not go with thee, the same shall not go." Verse 5 says, "So he brought down the people unto the water." All right, so now the Lord's brought us down to the waters. Now we're in this truth, you know, the good and the bad. He says, "And the Lord said unto Gideon, everyone that lappeth of the water with his tongue, as a dog lappeth, him shalt thou set by himself." So the Lord is saying those who drunk this water carefully, they cupped up this water in their hands, and they was looking around their surroundings while lapping up the water with their tongues. Those are the type of men that the Lord are looking for. Those type of people that's lapping of this waters of the truth carefully, you know, because you can't be reckless in your approach. You can't be careless while you're drinking this truth, because at any time the Lord can uproot you, you know. And he says, let's see, can you scroll back up? Scroll back up. Okay, kind. He says, "Everyone that lappeth of the water with his tongue, as a dog lappeth, him shall thou set by himself." So the Lord is sanctifying those who knows how to properly digest this truth. He says, "Likewise, everyone that boweth down upon his knees to drink," right? Can you go down? Verse 6, "And the number of them that lapped, putting their hand to their mouth, were 300 men, but all the rest of the people bowed down upon their knees to drink water." So that's the differentiation, right? You have certain of those that's in this truth, that's in these still waters, drinking this water, the truth, carefully, right? And you have others who have bowed down their knees, basically symbolizing you've gotten too comfortable while in this truth. So the Lord uprooted those, said you can't go out to battle, you know. So that's just, you know, a brief history, because the Lord does not change, right? He did the same thing to Gideon. He did the same thing to the hewer back then, and he's doing the same thing. He's influencing Yahweh Shah to do the same thing, which is the hewer today. You know, he's chopping down the numbers, man. You know, so this should make you want to digest this truth in sincerity and carefully.
Just to pull up a good example of the Lord. of the Lord doing it, because that was ultimately a stumbling block right there, bro.
God.
Like Gideon was literally used for that, right? And the brother had brought up the Lord, Yahweh Shah. Well, guess what? Yahweh Shah, he did the same exact thing when you read John the 6th chapter, because contrary to popular belief, bro, the Lord doesn't want everybody in this truth. He doesn't want all Israel. He doesn't want all Israel in this truth. Like if the Heavenly Father wanted all Israel in this truth, bro, we would have been got out of here. Cause do you know how many thousands of brothers was up in that old school of One West? Literally thousands, man. And do you know after the year of 2001, thousands of them fell out of the truth. Thousands of Israelites fell out of the truth in the year 2001. Going back to the old days. So the Lord clearly sifted them. He didn't want them. It's the same shit now, bro. The Lord don't want everybody that's at the camp. And I say this to brothers all the time. The brother who you standing next to, right, so-called laboring with, he might be a fallout. He might not make it. So don't think. So don't think just because you laboring with a brother, you eat lamb and sip some wine with him, doesn't necessarily mean that he gonna make it too. That don't mean a goddamn thing, bro. But yeah, bro, you had a point.
Yeah, I was just gonna basically say the same thing, but he doesn't want every single person. I mean, we talked about this at camp last week. It's more that's going to be kicked out. It's 2/3. 2/3 is more than the 1/3.
Right.
As far as we're dealing with it here in Babylon, but those brothers that fell out of the truth, 2,000, whatever the case may be, it's because of what we talked about before. They basically had itching ears. They were going after their own lust. They were seeing this thing, and not following the prophecies the way they were supposed to, and the Most High bugged them out. That's what it is.
Right, exactly, bro. So watch this now in John and John the 6th chapter, because you just said something like literally 10 seconds ago that applies to these people who fell out, because you had certain men, and if the viewers want to read John on the 6th chapter for yourselves, y'all can. When you read the whole chapter, right? You had when Yahweh Shah was doing his miracles to feed, what was it, like 5,000 people. Yahweh Shah fed like 5,000 people, right? And they only followed him because of the food. And Yahweh Shah purposely did something to sift them out from following him. This is John 6:51. It says, I am the living bread which came down from heaven. If any man eat of this bread, he shall live forever. And the bread that I will give is my flesh, which I will give for the life of the world. Right? In verse 52, it says, the Jews thereof strove among themselves, saying, how can this man give us his flesh to eat? so they bugging out. These guys were bugging out. Like, what the hell? This nigga talking about some giving us his flesh to eat. What the hell? Then Yahweh said unto them, verily I say unto you, except ye eat the flesh of the Son of Man and drink his blood, ye have no life. Watch this. So now I'm gonna jump down to verse 60. It says, many thereof, watch this, many thereof of his disciples, letting you know what? Yahweh Shah just didn't have Peter, John, Matthew, and them. He had plenty more disciples. I believe he had 70 more. He had 70 more pursuant to Luke. You read that somewhere in Luke.
Luke 12.
Luke 12. Oh, I bet. He had about 70 more disciples, man. Right? It says many thereof of his disciples, when they had heard this, said, this is a hard saying. Who can hear it? So these guys had got offended. When Yahweh Shai knew in himself that his disciples murmured at it, he said unto them, doth this offend you? It says, what? And if ye shall see the Son of Man ascend up where he was before. Skip down. Whoa, look at verse 64. It says, but there are some of you that believe not. So these people were actually disciples of Yahushua. And Yahushua knew that, look, you guys that are following me, you actually don't even believe for real. So you can have somebody in your camp that doesn't even really believe. He's just there. And guess what? I actually spoken to a fallout. He was actually in the ATL camp. I ain't gonna say his name, but basically he was in the camp reading, holding a sign, and didn't even truly believe. He told me that he stayed around because the brotherhood was good. That's the only reason why he stayed around. He told me this in my DM on Instagram, maybe about a year or two ago, and he was scoffing, talking shit. It sounded like a chemic guy, bro. You know, ain't no proof that Abraham really existed, and this that and the third. He actually was saying these things to me, bro. And he said he only stuck around because of the brotherhood. The brotherhood was nice, and that's niggas, bro. Niggas only stick around because they know that they can get some money, they can eat, you know.
Hey, that's what Yahushua said. He said, "You don't follow me because you believe. You follow me because I'll give you bread."
God.
Bro, in the same chapter. But watch this. Verse 66 is the point. It says, from that time, many of his disciples went back and walked no more with him. See? So the Lord set up a stumbling block purposely because Yahushua, pursuant to Isaiah the 8th chapter, he is a rock of offense unto Israel. Many people, Yahushua was set up for the rise and the fall of many in Israel. That's in Luke. And he purposely said that because he knew that all them guys weren't sincere. So what is the point of me bringing this out? The Lord is doing all this reopening up America or different parts of the world just so he can have all you guys not follow in his truth anymore. So all you guys can be sifted out, and so that y'all can be condemned. Because these guys that went back and walked no more with them, they actually fell out. They're actually fallouts, and they're back on the scene again. They might be in IUIC, IUBK, GMS, CAR, whatever camp. And a lot of you guys are going to fall right out because you're going to see, the quote unquote glimmer and glamour of what this world has to offer again. Like, damn, I might as well start up, start up my business, which ain't nothing wrong with starting a business, but we already know the intent of the hearts of you people. Well, yeah, I'm going to be the biggest, the biggest clothing company in my area, or, vain dreams and thoughts. There's gonna be a lot of you guys, man. Oh yeah, man, I'm gonna go ahead and seek out that rib that I was talking to on Facebook. You guys are gonna fall right into that trap.
God.
Can I add something up?
Yep.
And the dividing factor of that, in John 6:66, and I find that highly spiritual in and of itself, 666, that's, but the dividing factor that with those disciples walking no more with him was the flesh or carnality versus the spirit, and this ties back in Romans 8, and I'll just read it right here. Romans 8:5, he says, for they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh. And that's what they were after. When Yahushua says, you can't eat my flesh, unless you eat my flesh and drink my blood, you shall have no life in you. Well, they were after the flesh. So all they minded was the flesh. So, and this is, and the same thing, the Lord is using the same test, if you will, to sift out the undesirables in this day. He's using carnality. He's allowing Esau to run his enchantments and his sorceries and seducements, upon Jake, to basically rid out those so-called well, those 70 disciples, you know, those same spirits that was back then, you know, today. You know, he says, but they that are after the spirit, the things of the spirit. And what's the things that's after the spirit? The spirit of prophecy. Is that simple? Verse 6, he says, for to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. And once again, the sincere hearted, they will be viewing everything in the physical realm, knowing that it's the spiritual that forced those things, you know, in the physical to even be made manifest. You know, you'll be viewing every little thing as a test if you're in the right mind, you know, all the way down to, you know, if your dog, as soon as you start the video, your dog is making an uproar, where a carnal minded person, oh, that's just a dog. But no, we know it's a spirit that's you know, that we can't see, that's forcing things to happen, you know, in the unseen world. So once again, if you're in the right spirit, you're gonna be viewing everything as a test, man, because that's what the Lord is doing. He's testing everything and everybody right now.
That's right. That's right, brother.
Can I bring a precept real quick?
Yeah, brother.
This is Proverbs 25 and 26. I'm gonna read this in the ISV, right? Cold water to someone who is thirsty. That's what good news from a distant land is. A muddy spring or a polluted well. That's what a righteous person is who compromises with the wicked. You know, so you know when it comes down to it, you know we're gonna have righteous people that are gonna start compromising. You know, they're gonna muddy it up. We know that good news is the gospel. It's the truth. You know, so I mean those type of things are going to be happening, but they muddy it up. You know, the Most High's word.
That's right, bro. That's right. And if you hey man, you compromise anything for this truth, man, you weak as hell, man. You weak as all hell. Let's go back to 1 Thessalonians 5 and 3. It says, for when they shall say peace and safety, which is what the hell we see. I mean, god damn, did you guys see the did y'all see the outside stadium in that video?
God.
Yo, all them people was outside. Yeah, bro, all them people was outside, happy as hell, singing songs, which I want to go into a few of these words. I'm going to peace and I want to go into safety as well. As I say, peace and safety. It says a state. Oh my goodness gracious. A state of national tranquility, exemption from the rage and havoc of war, security, safety, prosperity, right? It says, because peace and harmony make and keep things safe and prosperous. So this is exactly what the world is trying to, the vibration that this world is trying to push out. National tranquility. If everybody just go ahead and take this lethal injection, okay, it's going to reduce the spikes in the cases, and everything's just going to keep them going back to normal. Where we have our team, our doctor team, where we're working hard, to make everybody's lives much more easier. But you guys don't know that you're not supposed to be caught up with these sweet words. What's that? Psalms 55 and 21. The words of his mouth is sweeter than butter.
That's it.
But war was in his heart.
Man,
you can't listen to these people. So to you sincere Akim out there, don't get caught up into this, right? Please do not get caught up into this. And if you do, ultimately you wasn't chosen. And that goes for me first, because I thought of the video. It just go for me first and foremost. I can't get caught up. I can't get caught up into this, because America makes it look real enticing to go back into the world. Especially especially they doing it right now. Everybody's getting their tax refund money, right? People is getting that PPP loan, which you can get up to like $50,000 with that. Yep, people getting their unemployment money, and now some just came to my phone earlier talking about people getting $3,600 in new
Are you serious?
Yeah, bro. so like people was like, damn, all this money, and what the hell you want to do with money? You want to spend it? Oh, let's go here, let's go there, let's buy this, let's buy that.
Right when the weather's changing nice too.
Oh yeah, oh man, it's beautiful outside, man. I got my window open, it's nice as hell out there, right? People are going to be wanting to do things, all right? You want to go to the club, you want to get some woman, get some drinks, right? So your ass is not even going to be occupied on what's going on in the world. Your ass is going to be asleep. Your ass ain't gonna be concerned about the prophecies, but that's why we got to be praying. Right, got to be saying that Psalms 51 and 11 prayer, taking out the Holy Spirit from me. Got to be saying the Adawan Palau, lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. We got to be praying it and be occupied in these scriptures. Got to be watching brothers that's on fire for this truth, right? And you got to be around like-minded brethren that for sure wants to see the destruction of his enemies come. Don't be around brothers who, this man, like Sirach 38 say, this man talk is just talk about business all day. How to make money there, how to make money here, how to make money there. I'm saying, like, I don't want to hear that, bro. I want to hear about, yo, bro, I can't wait to see this place get destroyed. That's the spirit that brothers need to be in. Right? So it says, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. So all this peace and safety that's going on right now, all this tranquility, security, as was being pushed out there, because really is not peace and safety out here. That's just Esau's witchcrafts and sorceries that got you people in a trance into thinking that or believe that. So when they shall say all this stuff is happening, then destruction come on you. Then all the lockdowns start happening again. Then martial law starts happening, the famine, right? Different things like that. Or the money economy crashes. America is in what, $27 trillion in debt. We honestly think this place is going to recover, and Babylon cannot be healed pursuant to the scriptures. So, like 2nd Ezra 16 said, like 1 Corinthians the 7th chapter says, you got to be as a pilgrim on this earth. You buy certain things, you have nice things. Like me, I have nice things. You know, brothers have nice things, but you can't get attached to it. Period, point blank. Verse 4, but ye brethren are not in darkness, that day should overtake you as a thief. See, not supposed to be in darkness. And that's how you know that Paul is talking to the hopeful elect. Because remember in verse 2, on verse 1, it says, you have no reason that I should even write unto you. And here it says, but ye brethren are not in darkness. Now, what is darkness? Being blinded. Having a spiritual blindfold over your eyes. And a lot of guys that are in this truth, we already know about these people in the world, so we don't got to worry about them. But these people that are so-called in the truth, they're still in darkness. And that day is going to overtake them as a thief. Why? Because they weren't watching. But if they knew, like Matthew 24 said, if they knew when the thief was going to come and break into their homes, they would have been downstairs with a damn gun, waiting. But you should always be waiting with your gun. And what's your gun? These scriptures, man. You should always be waiting spiritually. Always. Like if the Lord was going to come right now, we'd be straight. What we doing?
Watching.
Yeah, we're watching. We're occupying till he come. That's what we doing. For all the rest of these people, what are there in the spirit in? Like this guy, the so-called leader, so-called third in command of all Israel, third in command under the Lord Yahweh Shai. He wants to go to the damn beach. Take the lethal injection so that you can go to the beach. Hell is that? What you brothers got?
I got a quick precept on that.
God.
On these false prophets that's leading, the precious sheep of the Lord astray. Ezekiel 13 in the NLT. Let's start like verse 10.
Then right?
Yes, sir. NLT. And it says, this will happen because these evil prophets deceive my people by saying all is peaceful. Right. And like the brother just said, you have a particular Israelite so-called leader, that's seducing his congregation, and people that's watching, that it's okay to take the jab, to take this sorcery, this witchcraft into your arm, and so you can so-called return back to normal. There's no law against it. Well, once again, like Malachi chapter 3 says this, then you're going to understand those who serve the Lord and who don't, because once again, wisdom is the deciding factor, because the Lord, the simple fact that he didn't write every single scenario in the Torah, black and white, that you're going to run across, that the thing that the Torah was to produce in us, or to cultivate us in us, was wisdom, because we're walking in times where we're not sure what every deciding factor is going to have to be. We're not sure where our next step is going to be. There may be a scenario that the law doesn't talk about, but it's going to be wisdom. And the only way you can obtain wisdom is that the Heavenly Father gives it to you. So this is what's going to basically ensnare a lot of people, is the lack of wisdom. So if you're in the right spirit, you're going to be praying for that wisdom. Right. He says this will all happen because evil prophets deceive my people by saying all is peaceful, when there is no peace at all. Right. And there is no peace at all, because the wicked is ruling this world. Just like I just said, you got famines brewing up, man. The simple fact that the government is paying off farmers to destroy their crops, but yet on the other side, you got these people, back in full capacity in basketball games. You already know it's just the calm before the storm, because how you gonna eat nachos, at a game, if you got the damn famine, so it is all is peaceful when there's no peace at all. It's as if the people have built a flimsy wall, and these prophets are trying to reinforce it by covering it with whitewash. See that? And that's all these prophets are doing. They're covering this flimsy wall, this facade that they had built up, with whitewash, spiritually looking, they built it up off of Esau's lies. Esau's telling you things are going back to normal. So that's what you hear from a lot of these false prophets, these evil prophets. There's a lot of this whitewash rhetoric, man.
That's right. That's right. And that's just simply of the fact, because they just want things to go back to normal. They ain't ready. They ain't ready for the kingdom. You guys is out there and you go back into the world, and you get enticed by this world, to go back into, doing what you want to do. You're not really ready for a kingdom. You're not ready. You want to stay here. You still want to be a slave under the so-called white man. Hey, but really what it is, a lot of you guys feel like you're not really oppressed. That's what it is. You really feel like you're in a good case. That's really what it is, man. Go to Matthew 24. Matthew 24 and verse 32. It says, now learn a parable of the fig tree. When his branch is yet tender and putteth forth leaves, ye know that summer is near or nigh. So Yahweh is saying, when you take a look at a fig tree, when the branch is tender and there's leaves sprouting out, you know that it's about to be the summertime. So you can discern that, okay, it's about to be the summertime because the fig tree is growing. Verse 33. So likewise, ye, when ye shall see all these things, know that it is near, even at the doors. So you see all these prophecies coming to pass. You see all this vibration of peace and safety being pushed out in the air. You should know that something is up. And you know that emoji that has the hand on the chin, like with the one eyebrow up.
God.
Figure how you guys' faces should be look like something is up here. Something is fishy. That's why you need to be occupied in these scriptures. See, because look, if I didn't know these scriptures, bro, if I didn't know none of these scriptures, I'd be like, damn, I'm gonna go have me some fun. If I know these scriptures. But that's exactly why you got to be engulfed in these scriptures, man. You get a point to add, bro? Thought I heard something. No, all right, but keep going. Verse 34. Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till all these be fulfilled. Yeah. So this in our lifetime, we're going to experience the day of the Lord. Period. Guys, you got guys talking about some our children's going to see this. What type of fool are you? No, we about to see it, and whoever got children right now is about to see it. Their children ain't gonna see a damn thing. You and your kids are gonna see it. It says, verse 35, heaven and earth shall pass away, my word shall not pass away. But of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. Verse 37, but as the days of Noah were, so also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating, drinking, marrying, and giving in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark. Yeah, you got all these people, they're eating and drinking, just like what we see today. People eating, drinking, marrying, being given into marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. And guess what? We do that. We eat and drink, things of that nature. But look, we actually know what's going on, though. We already know the prophecies, and we're not overly doing it neither, because we fast. There are things like that. These people in this world don't fast. These people eat every single goddamn 5 seconds. Right? We know how to trim off the fat. These people don't know how to trim fat off. These people know how to keep on putting the fat on, tacking more and more on. They don't know how to spiritually withdraw themselves, but we do, man. So it says here, until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and knew not until the flood came. And when Noah entered into the ark, man, that symbolizes us, Lord willing, being put on the chariot, man. That symbolizes protection. So when all this destruction happening and famine happening, which Job the 5th chapter says that we should laugh at, then these people are going to know, like, oh shit, these guys were right. This is Luke 17 and verse. Luke 17 and verse 28. It says, likewise also as it was in the days of Lot, they did eat, they drank, they bought, they sold. That's what we see on a daily basis. God. People buying and selling, right? When we hold camp at Upper Darby, all you see is people walking up and down the street with bags in their hands and different things like that. And I know Osmo, when you guys are up in Dallas, I know you see everybody down that strip down, because that strip is busy down there. Yeah, for downtown, everybody partying, everybody drinking, everybody with damn Neiman Marcus bags in their hands, right? It says they did eat, they drank, they bought, they sold, they planted, they built it. Yeah, now everybody is in that spirit of going down to Atlanta and building a damn house. Everybody's in that spirit now.
Can I add something real quick? Yeah. And you mind pulling up Ecclesiastes 10 and 16? Because that's the type of spirit that Esau generates, in this land, in his rule, well, in his kingdom. you know, is that spirit of being a child, that spirit of playfulness. You know, that's why you got damn amusement parks, Six Flags everywhere, you know, skydiving places, because this is that type of energy. He gives off feminine vibrations and also playful vibrations, you know. Now, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with having a good time, but this is what this man constantly perpetuates. And Jake is always, you know, gotten caught up in that spirit, playfulness. You know, this, when we at camp, bro, you know, you may see a old ass Jake, you know, on a what you call them new bikes that they got with them those three tires, slingshots.
I ain't sure. I'm not sure.
Yeah, bro, they be out there on them slingshots, just going around in circles and stuff right in front of the camp, you know. But that's because Esau has produced, you know, people after his image, which are children, man. So this Ecclesiastes 10:16 says, "Woe to thee, O land," meaning destruction, right? "Woe to thee, O land, when thy king is a child." And that's Esau Edom. This man is a child, man. You know, all he produces is playfulness. This is why, in order for you to, this is why he's telling you to, in order for you to go enjoy yourself, go back to these football games, basketball games, you know, all these other playful events and venues, you got to take that jab, because this man, he wants you to be dumbed down, because children, they have no knowledge. So he says, "Woe to thee, O land, when thy king is a child and thy princes eat in the morning," right? Because, you know, it wasn't our culture, you know, to, as soon as you wake up, you just eat the biggest meal you can. You know, you'll wait a couple of hours to after you wake up, you know, get your digestive system running, you know. But this man, you know, he eats in the morning, basically meaning at a unopportune time. You know, this is why he sold his birthright, you know, all overeating, overindulging into his flesh, his covetousness. So once again, you know, this is being played out in real time, you know. And I'm gonna get this in what is that? I want to say Exodus 32:6, because now Jake has been entrapped, and the Lord has allowed Jake to be entrapped, you know, by this spirit of playfulness, right? Because there's all these people thinking about this. Exodus 32:6, and they rose up early on the morrow and offered burnt offerings and brought peace offerings, and the people sat down to eat and to drink and rose up to play. And that's what Jake is doing. All they doing is eating and drinking and playing around, man. Not taking nothing serious, not knowing that martial law is around the corner, not knowing that Jacob's trouble is around the corner, famine's around the corner, you know. But this king, you know, this so-called king, Esau Edom, he's a child, so he's going to perpetuate those same vibrations unto people, man.
That's right. And Esau Edom, wait, let me plug this in. Where this sucker die. And you know, Esau Edom, he wants you so-called blacks and Hispanics to be overtaken by this. It was this video, me and a brother, which is so crazy. He had to exit out because his laptop started acting stupid. But we had did his lesson on the immunity bracelets, right? And guess who they had there eating and drinking in a restaurant? First was you Judites, then it went to the Northern Kingdom, bro. All in that order. Started off with Judah, and then now I'm not saying the tribe of Judah, but the Southern Kingdom, and then who was next? It was the Northern Kingdom, man. You see, like Esau knows. Esau knows that Esau knows who he's trying to target. Slaki. Esau knows who he's trying to target. He's trying to target you so-called blacks and Hispanics. You are the main focus. You guys don't even see it. And you got guys in Israel that are supposedly supposed to be prophets. They see it, but they turn a blind eye towards it, which is just utterly disgusting. But that's why that day of the Lord is going to overtake guys as a thief in the night, bro. Period.
And that's a you know, an age-old tactic, if you will, of a warrior, of a warrior. You know, like they wanna overcome their enemy when their enemies are at ease, you know. And that's the knowing that the Lord is a man of war. You know, he put that spirit of slothfulness and not watching upon the masses, because hey, that's why he said Babylon is taken. You know, when you go into that word taken, you know, that definition, hey, it's beautiful, bro. And word taken basically means off guard, man. So this is how he's going to find Babylon, off guard.
And also, matter of fact, going more into that word for taken, going in a little bit more deeper, it means what? To seize, to rape. And when does a man? How does a man catch a woman to rape him? When a woman is off guard, walking the street late at night on their phone, texting, not paying attention to her surroundings, and then a dude that's in a car, in the bush, run up, pow, and take her. That's exactly how the Lord is going to do with the masses of these people. Using Esau is just gonna be looking at you like, oh yeah, look at them, vulnerable, right out there spending money, having a good old time at the beach, not being circumspect, not paying attention, and then Esau's going to take you. All right, so watch this right here. You see this right here, Matthew 24:42. You see what it says above it? Be ready for his coming. Right, just like how you may be getting a ride from your homie or your uncle, or whatever, and he says, "Be ready." Your ass better be out there at that time, or his ass is going to leave you. Hey, I told you to be ready, but you wasn't ready, so I left. That's exactly how the Lord's going to be. If you ain't ready or not, here he comes. Fact. You want to see the elect getting beamed up on the chariot while your eyeballs is being burnt up in a lake of fire looking. All right, Matthew 24:42 says, "Watch therefore, for ye know not what hour your Lord doth come." You see, so the Lord is telling you to watch because you don't know when is he going to come. You got guys that saying we got 50 more years here. How do you know? Lord just said you don't know what hour he doth come. So how do you know we got 50 more years here? We don't got no goddamn 50 more years here, man. You reprobates. All right, we're not spending 50 more years here. Let me get this. Ecclesiastes 8:5. It says, "Whoso keepeth the commandments shall feel no evil thing, and the wise man's heart discerneth both time and judgment." So if you're a wise man, you can discern the time that we're in. You can discern the judgment. It was just a mass shooting that happened in New Jersey, right around the corner from PA, Pennsylvania. 2 died, about 12 people injured at a house party. And over that weekend, it was about 13 mass shootings over that weekend, which was the weekend that just passed. All these mass shootings happening, and your ass think we're gonna be here for 50 more years? We're gonna die. If we here for 50 more years, Yahweh said himself, if the Lord doesn't shorten the days, all flesh is going to be consumed. Bro, we will literally die. We would die. We would have to be here for 10, 20 more years, let alone 50.
Stress will take us out.
Yeah, what? Oh my goodness, to the highest level. Shit will be hell expensive. Nigga, I went to the store yesterday and literally 6 items ran me almost $100. Literally. So just imagine we here 20 more years, 10, 20 more years.
5 more years.
Bro, 5 more years, bro. Bro, one thing, bro, you literally can eat one thing. One thing will cost you your whole entire check. Hell, these niggas talking about, bro? Come on, 50 more years. You can stay here for 50 more years, nigga. I'm out. Verse 43 says, "But know this, that if the good man of the house had known in what watch the thief will come, he would have watched and would not have suffered his house to be broken up. Yeah, so like I referenced the scripture earlier. If you knew what time the thief would come, which the thief is talking about Yahushua, you would have watched. You would have watched. If you knew that Yahushua was coming, I don't know, September 3rd, 2021 at 12 o'clock a.m., you would have, man, you would have said about 50 prayers that day. You would have read the whole entire Bible that day. You would have been on your shit.
We will put out 100 videos in 2 hours.
Yeah, we're doing all these sit downs. If you knew, hey, look, your ass would have been prepping. But the thing is, the Lord did that so you don't know, so that he can see. All right, let's see if this guy is really going to be on his watch. Just like I do sometimes with certain people, I just say, look, be ready. I'm on the way. Oh, how long? Look, I'm on the way. Just be goddamn ready. So when I pull up, your ass is already outside. You just enter into the car. Just be ready. I'm on the way. It don't matter how long. Just be prepared. When I come, you can just come in the car. Easy. That's like what the Lord is saying. How long? Well, look, just be ready, man. That's what the Lord is saying. That's it. Verse 44. And therefore be ye also ready, for in such an hour as ye think not, the Son of Man cometh. Who then is a faithful and wise servant, whom his Lord hath made ruler over his household, to give them meat in due season? Blessed is the servant whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing. So look, if the Lord was to come back right now, we'd be blessed, bro. We'd be cool.
Yep.
Why? Because what we're doing, we're occupying until he comes. We're actually in the scriptures, right? For how long? So let me see. It's been over an hour. Feel like 10 minutes.
Yep.
But it's been over an hour, and here we are doing what? Being occupied in these scriptures. We're being a faithful and a wise servant right now. Verse 47, verily I say unto you that he shall make him ruler over all his goods. Watch this now, verse 48, which these are a lot of you guys in Israel. And if that evil servant shall say in his heart, my Lord delayeth his coming, and shall begin to smite his fellow servants, watch this, and to eat and drink with the drunken, yeah, you man, your ass just went back into the world. Your ass partying up, not even thinking about the coming of the Lord. The Lord of that servant shall come in the day when he looketh not for him. Yeah, man, when you got some Ray-Ban shades on, a damn beach shirt on with some sandals and some trousers, out there on the beach with your woman and kids, probably playing catch with your son and shit. It says, and in the hour that he is not aware of, he shall cut him asunder and appoint him his portion with the hypocrites. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Meaning what? Your ass is gonna be destroyed. See, nigga, you should have been watching. See, should have been watching. You should have been hastening the day. Now your ass is grass. You got something?
God, yeah. Mark 13:23 in the NIV. And this is a simple command, for hell, even so-called Christians, man. Even though we already know y'all don't believe nothing in the Bible, 13:23, 33 is good too. I didn't even see that. But Yahushua commanded us just one thing, man. There you go. It says, so be on your guard. Right? I have told you everything ahead of time, and that has everything to do with prophecy. Prophecy. Before time in Israel, a prophet was before known as a seer. You're seeing things ahead of the time, and he's telling you, Yahushua put his own game. He told us how to be on your guard. Right. You simply stay watching, man. Because as a matter of fact, when you go deeper into that being a watchman, that's actually the hedge. When Yahushua gave that parable, to those to the chief priests, scribes, and Pharisees about, I want to say it was like in Matthew 21, it talks about there's a man that planted a vineyard and he set a hedge around it. Well, that hedge was the prophets, those the watchmen, you know. So this is how Israel is going to be kept. You know, this is how we anticipate. This is how we stay on guard. And when you stay on guard, you're not. It's just like if you're in a boxing match, right? If you're so caught on your guard, you're not waiting for that opponent to throw that punch 20 seconds later. You're waiting for him to throw that jab. Hey, and that, through the spirit, that's what the Lord, you know, had this man coin this sorcery, that jab. You're not waiting for that man to throw that jab, you know, 20 seconds later on down the road. You ready for him to throw it now, you know? And so the only way you're going to be anticipating that is if you simply stay watching.
Right.
And if the Lord didn't prescribe you to be in the office of a prophet, you stay watching by listening to the prophets.
Right. Facts. Damn. That means what? No excuse, nigga. No excuse. It's Nahum 3. It's Nahum the 3rd chapter, and verse 4 in the NLT says, all this because Nineveh, which America is spiritually Nineveh as well. It says all this because Nineveh, the beautiful and faithless city, mistress of deadly charms, enticed the nations with her beauty. She taught them all her magic, enchanting people everywhere. Hey, bro, and that's what Esau Edom is doing. That's what America is doing. Enchanting everybody with her magic. Because all this is nothing but sorcery. This is all sorcery, man. All sorcery that's being pushed out there. All the news. Listen, the news media, all that is witchcraft. All that is sorcery, bro. The way they, the way they say things, their facial expressions, all of that. All of that is just to entice people, to get them to believe. That's all witchcraft. The way they say things, how they look, they be all energetic, smiling, and different things like that, reading off a goddamn script. All that is to deceive the people. All of that. These news outlets, are damn witchcraft, bro.
Yo.
It's all sorceries. Let me read it in the King James Version. Says, because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot. And who's the well-favored harlot? America. America is the well-favored harlot. Well, you're turning not into it anymore. A lot of people starting to hate your ass now. But for years, America is known as the well-favored harlot. Why? Because everybody wants to come over here to America. They want to be so-called free from their country. They want to come here for opportunities and different things like that. It says the mistress of witchcraft that selleth nations through her whoredoms and families through her witchcrafts. And that's Babylon, all right. Babylon gets you. Personify itself as this nice and beautiful place that's decked out. And then when you get there, just like a harlot. A harlot, man, she portrays herself not to be a harlot. She's on Instagram. She's looking all nice, beautiful. And then when you meet up to her and you try to go up in that, whoo, you get burnt.
Stink.
Yeah, stink. Your ass gotta go to the hospital the next day.
Hey, and what they used to call it, you like you said, you got burnt. Well, that's you really gonna get burnt chasing this hole.
Right. Then I got Isaiah 47 and verse. Let me see where I'm gonna start at. I'm gonna start at verse 8. It says, listen to this, you pleasure-loving kingdom. Is this not a pleasure-loving kingdom? Man. Everybody in this society love pleasures. And that's why Esau is doing this. Like I said earlier, all this money's being handed out. Now you can fly here, fly there. You don't got to put on a mask anymore. This is a pleasure-loving kingdom. It says living at ease and feeling secure. See, you people are feeling secure as hell. You say, I am the only one and there is no other. I will never be a widow or lose my children. Well, both these things will come upon you in a moment. Meaning what? You're going to be desolate. Widowhood and the loss of your children. Yes, these calamities will come upon you despite all your witchcraft and magic. Why? Because Babylon the Great, these elites, the Rothschilds and Rockefellers, they really consult with Satan, with these demons. They literally go to wizards and warlocks to consult with them. We're going to keep reading in that. Verse 10, you felt secure in your wickedness. No one sees me, you said, but your wisdom and knowledge have led you astray.
Hey, can I add something just real quick? Salaki.
Yeah, Khan.
A funny thing, bro, about this, he says, but your wisdom and knowledge have led you astray. I was literally talking to my mother, as a matter of fact, yesterday, and I had sent something to the family group chat, concerning the idiocracy of taking the jab, and she said, well, I thank God for giving mankind the wisdom and knowledge to create this jab. And I took it back to the humble beginnings, like, listen, all knowledge ain't good knowledge. That's when Eve ate of the so-called fruit of the tree, now he says that now man has knowledge of good and evil, so, and this is how mankind's become perverted. When you read Ecclesiastes chapter 7, it says that the Lord made man upright, but through his inventions, he basically been destroyed.
Damn. And what goes into that? And Jeremiah, it says has wisdom failed in Teman.
Oof. Yep.
Wisdom has been depleted. Yep. Look at this. Verse 12. Matter of fact, I'm gonna keep reading. Verse 11 says, so disaster will overtake you, and you won't be able to charm it away. See, disaster is going to come upon you, and you will not be able to charm it away. Now, what does it mean by charm it away? All these wizards and warlocks that you try to consult with, they're going to fail you in that day. It says calamity will fall upon you, and you won't be able to buy your way out. A catastrophe will strike you suddenly, one for which you are not prepared. Now use your magical charms. Use the spells you have worked at all these years. Maybe they will do you some good. Maybe they can someone afraid of you. See, so you see that? It says all the advice you receive has made you tired. Where are all your astrologers? Those stargazers who make predictions each month. Let them stand up and save you from what the future holds. So that's literally letting you know that Esau really used astrologers, wizards, warlocks, and witchcraft for them to prosper. They tell them, hey, all right, do this, do that, and it's gonna prolong longer, as long as it can. How do you think Esau came up with reopening up the world and not wearing a mask? Because they were literally consulting with their wizards and warlocks, and they gave that advice to them. They said, matter of fact, yeah, we're gonna do that, but soon it's gonna fail you. So that is let you know that these people that are in the mind frame of everything going back to normal, you are literally being seduced. You're being hypnotized. You're being enchanted right now by these wizards and warlocks, and you don't even know it. You don't even lay it to heart.
I got a quick precept up.
John,
you mind grabbing Numbers 23 and 23?
You wanted King James?
Yeah, that would work. Yep, because Hey, everybody's getting enchanted right now, but it's going to be, you know, a particular sect of men and women who's not, man. It's going to be none other than the elect. Numbers 23 and 23. Surely there is no enchantment against Jacob, neither is there any divination against Israel. Now we know 2/3 of our people is going to be enchanted, you know, and divined on the left hand side, you know, from these wicked people. You know, that's why, you know, scriptures like when you read Galatians 6:16. Paul goes on to say, as many as therefore follow this rule, they are the Israel of the Most High. So this is the Israel that is speaking about in this dispensation of time, right? That's not going to basically be enchanted, right? He says, surely there is no enchantment against Jacob, neither is there any divination against Israel. According to this time, it shall be said of Jacob and of Israel, what have Yahweh wrought, you know? And so, you know, as the masses are being dumbed down, you know, enchanted upon, preyed upon, you know, the elect, you know, isn't going to be caught off guard. The elect isn't going to be basically be wooed back to sleep by this enchanter, man. You know, and this enchanting has everything to do with his sorcery. You mind pulling up Revelation 18 and 23? Because this is the you know, what's happening right now is lets you know who Babylon the Great is, because Revelation 18 goes into who Babylon the Great and what they'll be doing. You know, it says, and the light of the candle shall shine no more at all in thee, right? And that's the Lord taking away the wisdom from Teman, right? Because it says in Job 18 that the light, you know, of the wicked is snuffed out. You know, that's his man's wisdom and knowledge finally being snuffed out. And he says, and the voice of the bridegroom and of the bride shall be heard no more at all in thee. Right, so the Lord is taking away the mirth. He's taking away, you know, everything that he's taking away basically, you know, like it says the mirth. It says, for thy merchants were the great men of the earth, for by thy sorceries were all nations deceived. Right? You mind grabbing that word sorceries in the Greek? All right, because this is playing out real time. You would think that this Bible was written yesterday, man. You know, as a point as it is.
Yeah, that's why these people can't it's why these people can't believe it, because they're like, yo, bro, like they really say that, man. They wrote it and just acting it out.
Exactly. And that Greek word is pharmakia. So, you know, that's where you get the word pharmacy from, right? Let's look at the definition of it. Biblical use. Yep. What's the first thing that pop up? The use or the administering of drugs, right? And this is a key way how this man is enchanting everybody, putting his sorcery and spells upon everybody. You know, his use and administering of these drugs, these jabs, man. Right now, he got all nations on partaking of it. These damn Hamites, you know. You got
Chinese,
Chinese. You know, well, this is part of the scriptures being fulfilled, you know, by him deceiving all nations with the sorceries. And line 2, it says poisoning, because that's what this is, man. I don't care how you try to coin it, you know, because my sister, you know, she's a doctor, you know, and when I put that in the group chat, the family group chat yesterday, she tried to give me a whole long paragraph of how it's not poisonous and all that. Well, the Bible told me it's poisonous, man. You know? All right, and then it says, line 3, sorcery, magical arts, often found in connection with what? Idolatry. That's all this stems back to, is idolatry, man. You worshiping the image, you know?
I was on that verse.
Kanye, that's all I had.
Con. You got more?
Nah, that's pretty much it.
All right, well, Con. Well, hey, man. Stay on guard, stay on watch. Lord willing, you few brothers and you few sisters were edified, man. Till next time we say shalom.
Shalom.